I'm really excited to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
Because it's an interesting thing to come from a guy like yourself. Like, why are you doing that?
It's interesting, very interesting.
I've always wondered, as a layperson, do you try to achieve the same results as a human brain but through different methods, or do you try to copy the way a human brain achieves results?
An AI neural net is trying to simulate what a brain does, basically, and you can sort of see it learning very quickly. It's just wow. Yeah.
So you're talking about the neural net. You're not talking about an actual baby.
I'm talking about an actual baby.
But both of them.
So, it's like humans are the, original gangster neural net.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So when you're programming artificial intelligence, or you're working with artificial intelligence, are they specifically trying to mimic the developmental process of a human brain?
Yeah, so that it would just be that more of you would be in the cloud, I guess, than in your body. More of you.
What happens if someone ultimately does get a Neuralink installed? What will take place?
It kind of like zaps your brain. It's like kicking the TV type of thing. And you think like, man, kicking the TV shouldn't work.
It does sometimes.
Yeah.
The old TVs.
It did.
My grandpa used to slap the top.
For sure. It basically implanted in your skull. So.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So the hole would be small. How big would the hole be that you have to drill and then replace with this piece? It's only one hole?
Well.
And so it would be like a 1 inch square? Or 1 inch in diameter?
Yeah,
so an inch circle. Like a circular?
Yeah, I think like a smartwatch or something like that. Or
okay.
Yeah.
The fear is that eventually you're going to have to cut the whole top of someone's head off and put a new top with a whole bunch of wires if you want to get, the real turbocharged version, the P100D of brain stimulation.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the future is more fun and interesting, and we should try to make that way.
So it's almost like it's a requirement for survival to achieve some sort of symbiotic existence with AI.
Like, AI is getting better and better.
Are you testing on people right now?
No, we're not testing on people yet, but I think it won't be too long. I think we may be able to implant a Neuralink in less than a year in a person, I think.
Like, what do you get out of it?
Like, I couldn't personally build like a whole rocket and the engines and launch it and everything. That's impossible.
I'm so scared of that, but so excited about it at the same time. Is that weird?
It yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
When do you think you're going to do it? How long will you wait? Like, once it starts becoming available.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, I'll do it, sure.
Right away.
I mean, let's make sure it works.
How do we make sure it works? We try it on prisoners? Like, what do you do?
No.
You take rapists?
No.
Cut holes in their head? Is that a bad way to look at it?
I don't think that's not correct. That's not how it would be.
Well, if you're sad about it, why are you doing it?
We should have, I think, fewer people doing law and fewer people doing finance and more people making stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would certainly be better for all involved if they made better stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. Yeah.
But you're obviously so you're gonna rent a place?
Yeah.
Okay. But why do you buy houses? Like, if you own all these houses, do you just get bored and go, I think I'd like to have that? Yeah.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Be fine.
Yeah, you could always buy more stuff if you don't like it.
Suppose so.
Yeah, I mean, from the money that you sell all your stuff, you could buy new stuff. People define you by the fact that you're wealthy.
I mean, it's kind of a boring job if you ask me. It's true.
I agree with you. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
You can only do so many things.
Right.
Right. So how you can?
Well, I don't know how you do what you do anyway. I don't understand how you can run the Boring Company, Tesla, SpaceX, all these different things you're doing constantly. I don't understand.
This will take a while.
How many years before you don't have to talk?
Maybe like 5 years, 5 to 10 years.
That's quick. Once you enjoy the Dr. Manhattan lifestyle, once you become a god, seems very, very unlikely you're gonna want to go back to being stupid again.
Yeah.
What's the odds of this being a replayed memory? You got to guess. It's more than 50%.
You know, right now here's the thing: you are a brain in a vat. Then that vat is your skull.
Yes.
And everything you see, feel, hear, everything, all your senses are electrical signals. Everything.
But the idea of saving yourself and then transforming that into some sort of a biological state, like you could hang out with 30-year-old you.
Feels real, doesn't it?
Feels real, but if it's not, but the idea that it's not is for some strange reason disconcerting.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it should be disconcerting.
The idea is that something could possibly get into it and fuck it up.
Obviously.
That one day we'll be so far removed from what this is, we'll look back on this the way we look back now on, simple organisms that we evolved from.
That's for sure.
That is for sure. People talk about simulation theory. They talk about the potential for this currently being a simulation.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it a lot.
As a human being, as yourself, you're clearly trying to make conscious decisions to be a better version of you.
Yeah.
Your hormones, all your neurotransmitters, all these things are drugs. Adrenaline's a drug. Dopamine's a drug. Sure. You're a drug factory. You're constantly changing your state with love and oxytocin and beauty.
Sure. Changes
your state. Great music changes your state.
Absolutely. That's great. Yeah.
That this is always the way things are. If you're moving in some sort of a direction where you're trying to improve things, you're always going to move into this new place where you look back in the old place and go, I was doing it wrong back then. That's so weird. You appreciate it when you're a super nerd, when you're connected to the grid, and you have some skull cap in place of the top of your head, and it's interfacing with the international language that the rest of the universe now enjoys communication with people.
I mean, to be totally frank, speaking for myself, I'd rather eat tasty food and live a shorter life.
Yeah, that's hilarious too.
Yeah.
May the fourth be with him.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be.
I sure hope so.
Perfect. 25 years from now, what are we going to be?
There's no stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just important to remember when you get old, your immune system's just not that strong. So what's this is a tough moral quandary. It's like what you can do. That's the situation we have.
No. What's the way out of this?
Like when you as you get older, it's hard to be. You tend to put on weight. Certainly that's happening with me. Like as the older I get, I'm like, damn, it's harder to stay lean. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're vulnerable, and we have a finite existence no matter what.
We do. Nobody lives forever. That's my opinion.
Do you think
if somebody doesn't like that, well, that's my opinion.
It's not what we feared. We feared something much worse.
Yeah, that's correct.
So the adjustment's difficult to make. So you said, first of all, we need real data.
So we need to break out of this. We're stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
And I think the way to break out of this loop is to have clarity of information.
Well, let's do this publicly and say we were acting based on the information that we had initially. That information appears to be faulty.
Yeah, I think we went too far.
even if it comes your way, even if the shit storm hits you in the face,
Sure.
you gotta appreciate, wow, how amazing is it that all these people do have the ability to express themselves. And you don't necessarily want to be there when the shit hits you.
Sure.
You might want to get out of the way in anticipation of the shitstorm, but the fact that so many people have the ability to reach out, and I think it's, in a lot of ways, it's, I don't want to say a misused resource, but it's like giving monkeys guns.
Yeah.
I was watching a video today that we played on the podcast earlier of a monkey riding a motorcycle down the street, jumps off the motorcycle and tries to steal a baby.
Yeah, so they went
Yeah.
viral.
What, is that monkey conscious?
Yeah, I mean, if you get hit by a bus, go to the hospital and die.
Where are you getting this from?
Where do you go?
You can't fuck with that. You don't have time. Learn a martial art or something like that.
Sure.
Can you not talk about that?
Like we practice this, behind the scenes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. This is where, I mean, everyone's always scared of change, but I'm scared of this monumental change where we won't talk anymore. I appreciate everything you do, man. Elon Musk, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.